Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars, welcome to another top 10 list. And this is a top 10 list that I have been really looking forward to doing. It is my top 10 favourite Nicolas Cage films. The living legend that is Nicolas Cage, who is having something of a renaissance these last couple of years, especially this last 12 months. He obviously fell into the bargain bucket of filmmaking this last 5 to 10 years sort of thing. But he has always still managed to be ultimately very entertaining, and he is a top quality actor. So this is just my list. Obviously, your lists will be different to mine. Let me know in the comments if is what your top 10 Nicolas Cage list would be. But we're going to get straight into it. And there's 3 films I want to mention that just didn't crack my top 10 that I do think are worthy of a mention. Coming in at number 13 is a film called Guarding Tess. Nicolas Cage, Shirley MacLaine. It's a fun little kind of comedy where he plays like a Secret Service agent who is sent out to the wilderness in a sense of he has got to guard Tess, who is the wife of an ex-president now. He has passed away, but she still is entitled to the Secret Service agents, and she makes everybody's life hell, including Nicolas Cage. It's a really good film. It's actually much better than you think it is. And it's one that reasonably early in Nicolas Cage's career anyway. So coming in at number 12 is a film called Drive Angry. Now this might put a lot of people off because it's got Amber Heard in it, but despite that, Nicolas Cage is wonderful in this film as like this, I don't know how you describe him, like avenging angel almost, who comes back from the pits of hell basically to save his daughter. It's got some great stunts in it, great driving, great action. It's just way over the top, but it is a fun, well-made, stupid action film. I just think it's really quite a lot of fun. And then coming in at number 11 on the list is Knowing. Now this is a film that I remember getting quite a lot of poor reviews when I think it first came out. I think it's garnered a little bit of a following since then. And it is the apocalyptic, like end of the world type film that kind of starts with them finding the time capsule, and then all the numbers, the countdown things, and then there's plane crashes, and then there's all sorts of things going off in it. It's one of those films that just continues to escalate, and I think Nicolas Cage is actually really good in the film. It's actually, I think, pretty good, and I think it's a fairly underrated film as well. Coming in now at number 10 on my list is Ghost Rider. Now, Nicolas Cage, infamously, was going to be cast as Superman. He's a big comic book fan, and I'm right. I think I'm right in saying that I think Ghost Rider is his favourite character. So this was probably pretty much a dream project for Cage, certainly at the time. And I thought he actually delivered here in regards to the performance. It needed an actor like Cage who was going to fully commit to this performance physically as well as in regards to his acting performance. And he really does. He got in great shape for the part, and he really does deliver in regards to the Ghost Rider performance. And it's a very entertaining film. Yes, it's flawed here and there. Yes, the sequel is a little bit of a letdown, but I thought this was a pretty decent effort. Coming in at number 9 on the list is the great film called Raising Arizona. Nicolas Cage, Holly Hunter. It's directed by Joel Cohen, I think it is. It's just a great film. It's a comedy basically, with Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter. They can't have kids sort of thing. They're a very loving couple, and he just can't stay on the right side of the tracks. It's a film I haven't seen for quite a while. It's a film I would like to revisit and rewatch, but it's a film I've got an awful lot of an affection for. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger, and it's a very good Nicolas Cage film early in his career. Now coming in at number 8 on this list is Leaving Las Vegas. Now Many would argue, obviously, that this is the pinnacle of Nicolas Cage's career in regards to his performance. It's the performance that won him the Oscar, deservedly so. It's an incredible performance by Nicolas Cage. The only reason it's not further up on my list, closer to the top spot, is it's a damn depressing film. At the same time, it's not an easy film to watch, but it is definitely a wonderful, wonderful performance by Nicolas Cage as this guy who goes to Vegas to essentially drink himself to death. Coming in at number 7, a film that again I don't think gets enough respect, is National Treasure. And again, I think I'm right in thinking that this is his biggest box office success. It's either this or the second one. I'm not 100%. And this is like a Disney film, and he plays this almost like a modern day Indiana Jones. It's good. It's entertaining. It's exactly what you want in one of these treasure hunting type films. It's twice the film of what this recent Uncharted film they tried to churn out with Tom Holland. It's far more entertaining than that, this film. It's really, really good. I actually quite enjoy the sequel as well. Coming in at number 6 on my list is the film that was released last year, and it is Pig. For me, this film deserved an Oscar nomination for Nicolas Cage. It's a wonderful performance and arguably right up there with the best of his career. He plays this hermit guy who used to be like a world-renowned chef who basically has his pet pig that he goes truffle hunting with this pig. The pig is taken from him, and he heads to the city to try and find out who's taken his pig. Sounds bizarre. It is a little bit bizarre, but it's also a real example of the range of Nicolas Cage's acting ability. Because if you go into this film expecting to get this mad, over-the-top performance, you'll be a little bit disappointed because you don't get that. You get a much more reserved, grounded performance by Nicolas Cage, and I thought it was really, really wonderful. Coming in at number 5 on the list is his most recent release, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This just was wildly entertaining. I have reviewed it on the channel. It was just a film, a dream film for a Nicolas Cage fan, this film, where he plays a version of himself in this film, and he goes to this island to meet his biggest fan, and it all kind of escalates from there. It's really good. It sounds a bizarre concept. It is in many, many ways, but it doesn't stop the film from being incredibly entertaining, and I absolutely loved this film. Right, coming in at number 4 on this list is Con Air. This was at the period in his career when he was a bona fide action star. And this film really cemented that, you know what I mean? He plays this convict. I'm sure many of you know this film. On this maximum security plane, all these other prisoners, they take over the plane, and he has got to, hide in plain sight to try and get out of it in one piece, protect the innocent on the plane, but also get back to his family in one piece. It's really good. It's one of those films that whenever it turns up on TV, you'll kind of stop, put the remote control down and watch. It's that kind of film, I think. It's just wonderful and very, very entertaining. Great action and a fantastic cast as well. Coming in at number 3 on this list, another one of his action classics, The Rock. The Michael Bay film that, yes, I think some of it has dated, as Michael Bay films tend to do, because they are quite old-fashioned in how they're filmed now, all the slow-mo and over-the-top type action and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't change the fact that this is a brilliant watch. The chemistry between him and Sean Connery is actually off the charts. They're really, really good on screen together. We get a really good baddie that we can kind of relate to in a lot of ways. And it's just a fun film. That, again, a bit like Con Air, if it turns up, you'll watch it. It's just that good a film. Coming in at number 2 on this list, might surprise some of you here, but I actually think this is one of his best career performances, and it is his performance as Big Daddy in Kickass. I'm a huge fan of Kickass, and I really enjoy Kickass 2 as well, but the first one is just incredible. And Nicolas Cage is, well, for me, it's just a wonderful performance. It's just so good. If you watch the Blu-ray of Kickass, there's a really, really good documentary that talks about the making of Kickass and how they got Nicolas Cage on board and how he fully committed to the role and all this kind of stuff. And it's really, really good. And his performance it's special in a way because it's so off kilter. It's hard to describe it, but he just kind of, rather than give like his straight performance, he kind of just puts this little twist on it, and it's just really, really good. I just think he doesn't get enough credit for this performance in Kick-Ass. I just think it's a wonderful performance in a wonderful film. And coming in at number 1, maybe no surprise to anybody, is Face Off, the action John Woo classic with him and Travolta again tearing up the screen. Brilliant action, great concept that's, no one's ever really come close to doing anything similar since. I think they've been talking about a sequel for a number of years. Who knows if that will ever happen, but the first one is an absolute classic that is endlessly watchable. Watching two actors at the absolute peak of their powers going at it with incredible performances firstly, but a brilliant action film secondly as well. So that is why I have put Face Off at number 1. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you agree with those on my list. Let me know in the comments if there's some others on that you think I have missed. I am sure I have. But yeah, Nicolas Cage, the guy's a legend. Absolutely love him. I love watching him in anything that he does, even the low budget stuff he's done over the last few years. He always delivers. He's always interesting to watch, and he still really enjoys the craft of acting, which us as audience members really appreciate. Which I think that's a big reason why his fan base has only grown over the years rather than dwindled. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this list. I'll be back with more reviews and content on the channel very soon.